All right, let's get this going. How's it going, everyone? Venus Real, it's Venus Source Studios. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Let's let OBS catch up with us here. OBS. Thank you, OBS. Good job. All right, so let's see. When we left off last week, I believe we failed to get our geostationary launch off the pad. I think we had, what, 3 failures? And then we started, yeah, so we're building replacements for our geosat there. And we were working on a moonshot mission, but it didn't work. So I think we spent a lot of time messing with that, which actually, that's what I've been kind of tinkering with over the course of the week. So I hope I had something figured out. It survived a bunch of test runs. Yeah. So, quick save them points. You control me with them later. Oh, where's my coffee? I took an accidental nap this afternoon, and so I have not quite woken up yet. So I have me a coffee here, and we'll hope that'll do the trick, right? Oh, coffee, so good. So let's open up the new file. This is the old one. The new one, very similar. 3.6, I believe it is. Load. You spent 1 hour trying to do 3D modeling. I have made a cylinder and a cone. Alarmingly similar, is it not? Ah, yes, it is, but it includes a bunch more optimizations. Is this even the right one? This doesn't look like the right one. This is not the right one. Dang it. Don't save. How's it going, Ampersand? Good to see you. It's going to be in the BPZE or Z3 range. There it is. 3.6 load. I spent some time trying to optimize this and figuring some stuff out, trying to really tune for the RDO 105. But this is the guided upper stage attempt at doing this. Where do I upload things into Discord? Depends on what you're going to upload. Craft files or just random stuff? I mean, realistically, no one cares. Put it wherever you want. Alright, so I've made a few changes here. One, trying to optimize for tooling that I already had, and sizes and specifications, while still maintaining something that looks respectable. Video picture, it's random. Maybe memery? Or just general. Who cares? Like I said, nobody cares. Also, changed up the way this separation works just a little bit. In that the fairing is now the base decoupler. I've moved the ullage motors up. I've also canted this up a little bit because we get rid of these fairings a lot sooner, and if we can not carry them through staging, it lessens the load on the avionics a little bit. So that meant I could tuck this up and make this fairing a lot smaller, which saved us a little bit of weight. It's what time that you spent doing in Blender? Oh, cool. Yeah, wherever is fine. Spent a lot of time getting this decoupler thing to not look like garbage and still actually decouple, but most of this was pretty unchanged. Just some time trying to optimize this. You'll notice that it has 3.4 kilometers per second of available delta V. I was still very barely able to maybe get it to the moon sometimes, so I just didn't want to do a quick test run or two. Oh, thank you, Ampersand. And what you need to do is make a short. For the YouTube, I refuse. So yes, lots of time spent trying to optimize this thing to get as much out of it as possible. Maybe we can continue to use our little 65 tonner for long into the future. So let's run this simulation real quick, and then we'll purchase a bunch of tooling. I think the tooling cost on this is alarmingly low. What was the issue with TLI? It was consistently getting there with like 3.15 in your testing. I think it's the if Cosmo check. Hopefully, we'll get this to orbit and you can see what I mean. But it's basically like if I have a 3.3 kilometer per second readout, I will reliably get 2.8 kilometers per second out of it in general. And that's not just about residuals, it's, I don't know, irritating AF. Yeah, super weird and super annoying. And why I often don't feel bad about kind of skirting some of the rules and doing things that make SimAv angry. So as target, launch into plane, 200 by 200 at, yeah, with the attach altitude. That's how I was able to get it to not kickflip at 0.6. Engage autopilot, looks good. Those are the settings that I had in, what was it, Friday night was the last time I was able to actually touch this save, so. Fingers crossed. Alright, down to the last 14 seconds of countdown. I wonder if I have volume. I've not heard anything. It sounds like crackening. It could very well might be, from my dubious usage of clipping. Ah, I do have sound. Do you guys have sound? Yeah, I got bars bouncing. Y'all got some sound. Used to give pretty much exactly what you expect to ask for, plus or minus a few percent for residuals. Why you gotta rub it in, man? We have no school until next week. Oh, man. All right. I wish I didn't have school next week. I wish I didn't have to work tomorrow. Let's be real here. That's what I really want, is to not have to go to work. You don't hear the engines. I can gain them up a little for you. You hear them now? Or are they too loud now? Part clip induced cracking usually looks pretty chaotic instead of a symmetrical loss. Forward acceleration with trusses and stuff. Maybe all the part clipping is in line to the COM. I'll say I often, when I leave a game instance running for too long, I will get phantom forces like crazy. And I think that is just truss parts clipping. A lot more audible now. Okay, as long as they're not like drowning out the important part, which is me. The engines are obviously the important part. See a fuel leak. I'm glad they're coming through. We can actually physics warp until SEP. Unless that is inducing my cracking. The margins on this thing are going to be pretty tight, so it does have to be a very nice, easy flight, or we're not going to get to where we need to be. Alright, 10 seconds. Let's drop it out of phys warp just to make sure we don't screw anything up. I'm going to try this without hitting any keys, but once again, it looks like MechJev is trying to pitch too low. Don't you do the kickflip. There's avionics. You got them back. Why are you... Your apogee's only 158. You probably need to look the other way, bro. Oh, no. Let's get rid of that. Thank you. Check yo staging. Check why? I don't understand. It's the if Cosmo check. They just like to screw with me and just me. The game works flawlessly for everyone else, but when I play it, dumb shit happens. It's what happens when you piss off SimAv too many times. There go our fairings. Good. We still have some margin on the table. As long as we don't get hit with excessive residuals, we should be good. So rocket becomes a cup of noodles, and don't be surprised if you really need to check your staging for 100 points. I also reduced the set motors from 4 per side to 2 per side. And I did actually build this off the one that had like the 10 individual decouplers. But then when I started trying to optimize for mass, turns out you can save a lot of mass by getting rid of those decouplers, like 0.004 ton per decoupler. And so, like, I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but wow, like, even the secondary truss piece that was up here connecting the engine to the internal tank, I got rid of that. I got rid of the, this was connected by two trusses before, like one to go to this top piece and the second one to connect to, like, this inner ring down here. I reduced that one on the inner ring to just that tiny one and made that like that for, yeah, reasons. So I spent a lot of time just being like, what can I get rid of? And I almost got rid of the covering casings on these two things. There used to be a mid-coupler ring between them, but I got rid of that even. But this still has the two set motors inside. And when I rebuilt this, I actually connected the end of one of these tanks by the end point to the decoupler, and then like daisy chained them all end to end. So they have a much more rigid, much less crackety attachment point, and then these are just attached from the top and bottom. Or not from the top and bottom, these are side clipped in. 10 decoupler setup is just because you get tired of dealing with the time warp wiggliness. Fair. 100% understandable. We have stop at stage 3 in effect, which is after this next bit of staging. Oh man, that our little bit of margin there is slowly whittling away. I'm a little bit scared. So I wonder if maybe I should put that in a separate stage just in case we have to use RCS to round out our orbit. 8 seconds until sausage dispersal. There we go. Sweet. Don't even have the if Cosmo flag screwing up your margins. Why not advertise your Twitch streams on YouTube? Time, mostly. In that I don't have nearly as much of it as I would like, or I guess motivation. I should just start dumping the raw footage from this onto YouTube, because at least it's something. But I don't know, a lot of it is like, there's a quality of YouTube video I would like to create, and I don't have time for it. And if I can't do what I want to do, I don't want to do like the bare minimum, which is pretty much what I did the last 2 or 3 years that I put stuff up on YouTube. Stream on YouTube and Twitch at the same time. OBS doesn't like it. It's a lot of work, and I utterly despise YouTube's like live streaming interface. As long as your friends show up and the stream meets its goals. The stream has no goal. Well, the stream has a goal. I should be having fun, and y'all should be having fun. And if that's accomplished, I'm okay with it. Two different streaming systems simultaneously, janky. Yeah, more opportunities for problems. Exactly. You know, there's a certain threshold of how much effort I'm willing to put into how much fun I will be having. And right now, this is just about it. Yep. Dang it. We got bid on the residuals, so we're just going to RCS for a little while here. Almost there. 20 seconds of stream delay on YouTube. Oh god, that is the absolute worst. Then I've got some people commenting in roughly real time, and some people commenting like a minute behind. This can be horrible to deal with. I just don't have the bandwidth. I barely have the bandwidth to do streaming on a single platform with one chat box and play a game. How long until we get to our burn point? Like, oh god, I need to clean this up. Let's just not... Oh, that's the worst decision ever. Let's just not look at it. How about that? Where are we? Are we walking into... No, we're basically walking into our periapsis. Create node. But we'll light the engines before we get there. So, alright. 3155.6. That's our current node. We have 3436 in the tanks. Disengage autopilot. Set throttle to 0. Stage in the engine. Close that and hit execute next node. Oh, what are you doing? You did not just light that engine. Did you really? Why, MechJeb? Why? For what fucking reason would you do that? You're really gonna make me repeat this entire flight. Because... yeah. Because, yeah, there's no T-tub. It used the ignition for absolutely no discernible reason. Toby, how's it going? Welcome. Okay, well then, let's revert to launch. Let's try this again, and hopefully MechJeb won't be an absolute asshole about it. Probably. I wonder if infinite fuel would let it light without T-tub. Because isn't technically that a fuel? Or is it managed by the same resource handlers? Set as target, launch into plane, engage autopilot. Please don't be stupid. We'll fizz warp through most of it. Don't worry. We'll get there. It just pinged me. I have everything silenced. Yes, I can see that. It won't, but it should. Dang it. Of course not. Why would anything go smooth? Clamps off. Physics warp engaged. I know what I can do to adjust some of our staging our getting to orbit stupidity is make sure that the ullage ring is separated at the appropriate time. That would be a good first step. Maybe then we won't have to RCS our way into orbit. Wouldn't that be grand? Missions are limited resource, and while each one consumes T-tab, if the engine wants it, you can't refill T-tab. Bring more for more ignitions. So it isn't quite handled by the same manager that does fueling-related doohickeys. Bummer. Alright, 35. It'd be cool if you could. It would, and it would be very useful for testing, especially in instances like this where, you know, some things just happened. It did not make any sense. No one knows why MechJeb did what MechJeb did, but that MechJeb did it. Avionics unlocked. Ullage motors spent. Ullage ring away. Pitch back up, because why are you going to be that dumb? Now it's your birthday and you got a super comfy gaming chair. Dude, that's awesome. Oh man, when was it? Not last year, but the year before. I got a super comfy gaming chair for my birthday too. And I'm sitting in it right now. And I do love it. It's got the armrests that fold up. Bearings away. So yes, your last message did go through. Sorry I missed it. And also, happy cake time, indeed. You finally got here on time. Congratulations, Tyrannosaurus Studios. Always a pleasure. Alright, margin's still looking pretty good. Let's key up the fizz warp so we can get back to where we were before MechJeb decided that we just were not going to complete the simulation today. That would be great. Yeah. Oh, I want to show you the other little bit of optimization I'd had to do on the ullage ring when we get back to the VAB. Don't let me forget. It's extra janky. Crappy chair from IKEA. The same comfortability as a kitchen chair. Oh, ouch. Well, I'll say, until I had this chair, every office chair I ever had in, like, my, I don't know, my office has been like a third or fourth hand used super sale chair. I think most I ever spent on one was $20. So they're always all tore the hell up. Wheels popping off. More tape than cloth at that point. Sausages away. Still 7. This is about how much margin we had last time. It's made in China, then it can explode. Well, there are not too many problems that cannot be resolved by suitable application of high explosive. And goodbye, margin. Wow. I guess it's because we're off vector a little bit, trying to maintain our relative inclination with the moon. So now we're at about 15 meters per second. We need to move the engine up a stage so that we don't waste that ignition. Again, arm RCS, let it go. We're a little higher than we were last time. At least maybe we can shut this down at 140-ish. I have to disappear before we get back to the VAB. Need to grab more cheese and milk. Excellent. From the store. And I assume that's what you mean. Be back later? Right on. Just remind me when you get back to show you my ridiculously stupid cheese out way of doing a ullage ring. And if you fly manly instead of flying safe, 135. How much fuel can we spend to get another 4 kilometers of altitude? We just need enough to angle in and then hopefully spin stabilize. So you know what? We're gonna shut this down. We're gonna disengage autopilot, set throttle to 0. We're going to create the node, 3.149 meters per second. We're going to hit execute next node. We've not activated the engine, so it can't waste our throttle. One you have is the cheaper end of about 150 pounds. Well, for a gaming chair. I'd say that's the lighter end, but still, I'd say even a cheaper gaming chair is better than a crappy kitchen chair. Better than no chair, and better than a used chair, for sure. I'll say, yeah, the one I have was probably right around that range. Use CAD for chairs. Should be able to cut back on fuel in the TLI stage, make LEO easier. I should, shouldn't I? Unless MechJeb decides you need 300 more than you should. Let's, if you could stick around for, 1 hour 43. No. That's, I thought we were... Why are you doing this in orbit later? That doesn't make any sense. Abort node, not at the optimum time. Yeah, I guess at the optimum time. Create node. It's still, yeah, that's wanting to do it a lap ahead. Let's drop it back a lap. It's 15 minutes. We can adjust this node a little bit, I'm hoping. Oh, well, we're still going to the moon, so we're going to do that. Execute next node. That's 3149 meters per second. Dumbass software. You know, it believes that's the optimum time. I did do your trick of adding an extra, I think I went up to 6 units of liquid oxygen in this to account for boil off, but I don't really know if that's going to be enough or not. So, 3, and it's not going to account for the burn time lead in. Oh, wait, now it's 54 seconds, so it should be coming out of time warp right about meow. Stage in the engine. There we go, solid light. Now we have 3.4 kilometers per second in this tank. I am not touching any keys. We're going to walk this minute-long mile together, and we'll just watch the numbers fall. I updated everything right before I started the stream, so I'm hoping either it's gotten fixed or whatever phantom forces I was seeing when I was doing testing with this have been resolved. And I don't need that extra 300 some odd meters per second. I crashed its pipe. No. 250.28 Canadian according to Google. Wait, what? Oh, cash. Yeah, you gave cash in pounds, and now we have cash in Canadian and USD. You gave it in pounds and USD, and now we have it in Canadian. I am not Canadian. Hey, look at that. Wow. Way to call me a liar, MechJeb. Still, a 300 meter per second difference is now a 100 meter per second difference. And, you know, boil off seems to be okay. 3.3 meter per second adjustment. What does that bring us to? Focus view. I can use RCS to touch this up. This is the first time I've seen this actually somewhat functional. Abort node execution so it can stop fighting me on this. Yeah, at least it worked this time. Alright, now we'll switch keys as we're coming in a little closer here to our actual node vector. Remember to leave enough RCS to point the probe. Oh, yeah, good call. Let's... Can I not plot a node here? How much fuel do I have left? Okay. Remove all nodes. RCS to disarm, so it's not screwing with me here. Add maneuver, we got what, 389 meters per second. Is that going to be enough? Yeah. Oh, that's going to be... We can take a lot more fuel out of this because we're not even coming in anywhere close to optimized. Yeah, it's 390. That puts us in an orbit. I'll take it. Angle out the node, please, since you're relatively close by. Please don't run out of fuel. Please don't run out of fuel. Are you even attempting? No, you're not, because RCS is off. Stupid, and getting a tenuous lunar orbit is really, really easy. Okay, up. Son of a bitch. Well, hey. Alright, so we can do minus, we'll say 50 on TLI stage, and let me come back out and plot this node so that we can readjust. No, give it. For the very loose cost of, oh come on, we don't have comms, so it's gonna fight me on this every time. We'll say about 230 meters per second we can hit an orbit, so we can do a bit of optimization here, and we can dedicate a little bit more thruster fuel. Infinite RCS propellant is a cheat. Aha, yeah, you're right. Let's... cheats. Infinite propellant, please. Let's... I just want to see it work. Somewhat. You know, you may or may not actually get a perfect node alignment on the probe. Okay. Yeah, that's true. We can't really optimize for that, because if we come in off angle, we're kind of borked. I do want a fair bit of overkill on lunar orbit insertion. Alright, so it looks like maybe the only optimization we can do is trade out a little bit of our kerosene and LOX for a little more RCS propellant. But then again, if we just lighten the load a little bit to make sure that we can actually get into orbit, we won't need to use as much RCS propellant to get into an orbit. So going down to 350 on the Baby Sergeant seems plausible. Alright, we'll see if we can't just adjust that a little bit. Let's get this thing into a little bit of a spin. And ka-tunk. I wonder what happened to our node. Oh god. Okay, reduce force on payload. Alright, get cheese, good luck, right on, ampersand, we'll see you again soon. And hey, yeah, look at this. No, is our phantom force back? Can I time warp? I can time warp. Maybe we'll just see what happens if we burn this thing on approach to the moon. Will we be off-angly enough to do anything whatsoever? I doubt it, but KSP2 multiplayer and someone flies a plane just destroys the outer player's VAB. I think you should be able to get by without a physical VAB. Are we... No, we're getting plenty of electric charge. That warning is not for us. Yes, we don't care. Yeah, good. Batteries are staying charged for right now. Let's see how they do once we get a little further out. Whoop. Come. I would really like it if you'd stop just randomly dropping me out of time warp. That'd be great. Yeah. Alright. Oh, hey, yeah, that is kind of outwardly retro. So maybe I'll just wait until we get in a little closer and fire the engine and just see what happens. If it's enough to push us away. Are we facing away from the moon? We are. How fortuitous. It's a fairly decent alignment. Not that I think it's going to be anywhere near enough to correct for what we need, but... yeah, right about there. Should have fired it higher. Forgetting everything that I know about this game, but alright. 3, 2, 1, and burn it. Oh god, I infinite fuel on, you dumbass. Mission accomplished. The simulation has been won. Do I have KSP2? I do. I'm just not keen to play it very often, if at all. I cannot believe this batch of idiocy kind of worked. Right, alright, we have our notes. Let's get back to the VAB and optimize a little bit. I wonder why. Well, because there's no RSS, RO, and RP1 for KSP2. That would be why. Alright. Now then, first step. Problem 1. This decoupler. Wow! You really got dialed up there, buddy. Drop you down to nothing. We're going to take just a little teeny tiny bit of fuel out of this thing. We're going to go from 3.4 to like 3.3-ish. And hope that that just buys us enough. Alright, make sure this tank is still centered. It should be, but let's validate for that. Okay, I thought I saw it move just a twitty bit. Whoa, cancel. And then open these up just for a second. I'm sure the rest of you this will talk to Ampersand about it later. The decoupler for this thing it's over here. Because I could put it under the engine. And if I made it a ring and made it look legit, like, you'll notice I have this big ring down here that things are mounted to. Making a decoupler that size is heavy, but you can make the tiniest decoupler ever that weighs next to nothing, tuck it off to the side, and then just offset everything into place. Didn't catch my sarcasm. Oh, I assumed. The sarcasm was quite assumed. Alright. So, yeah, that's my moonshot. I think we're, I'm gonna adjust the force percent on these panels. Oh, it's all the way dialed way the hell up. I wonder why one of them just doesn't really seem to want to move. Maybe we'll kick up the torque. Get that to 40% and maybe put them in the appropriate stage. Would that help us? Yes. Right, not yet. Don't overwrite it yet. And let's make sure we've got this thing as teeny tiny as it can be. Like, we want to, yeah. We have to carry that fairing a little while longer, so we want to make sure it's as light as possible, because we're trying to optimize for the RDO 105 stage, because that's where our efficiency really exists. And so that's where we have the most benefit from doing optimizations. Alright, now we'll hit save and overwrite the original, because this should just work. Oh wait, yeah, we were going to reduce the fuel load on this little guy. So it's 389. If we go down one quick step, that's 257. So we're going to need to dial this in manually. 3.807. Let's try 3.525. 360 meters per second. Alright, let's go down to 425. 350. Dialed in. That was exactly what Ampersand suggested. Was 350 meters per second. Alright, and we'll hit save. Let's go see our tooling costs. To tool everything we need for this is going to cost 5,000 funds. Yeah, optimization. Basically, I didn't change any tanks on this, and all we really have to tool is the bunch of struck stuff that I made. These top two fairings, the avionics up there, I think we actually don't have to tool. No, yeah, we do. 1.4 by 03, but not by much. It's going to be pretty cheap to tool that because it's an existing diameter that we already have. So, purchase all toolings, and that brings our build time down to 34 days. I'll take it. Save edits. Oh yeah, unlock modular RCS. Unlock one parts. Save edits, please. You gave up on re-downloading RP1. Oh no! Don't quit now. It'll work next time. And by work, I mean this is what I've got going as far as it works. I think we're gonna trade in this Modelo for a Moonshot 3 also. So bear with me while I do everything I just did all over. Not everything. We just have to load the file now. Oh, my coffee getting cold. It's a crime. Alright. BPZE. Moonshot 3.6. Load. Looks like a winner. We'll just take a look at the Delta V specs and see what the hell it comes out with. Huh. That's interesting. We still have... it didn't save over the original file like I thought it did. That makes me angry, so yeah, we do have to redo it all. Son of a biscuit. Drop that down to nothing. Drop your fuel down to 3.425. Yep, good. I remembered a number. And yeah, we're gonna drop this tank by just a smidge. You know what? I'm gonna leave a little bit of extra wiggle in this. I'm not even gonna optimize, re-optimize the avionics. should have been my next step. Click. There we go. Save. Drop U2 back on. Save. Did I miss anything? You can technically call them mail dogs. You're not wrong. Save edits. Alright, let's drop that one to the top, and I guess that's the next thing we got going on. So let's just warp to complete. It's only going to take 6 days, so why not? Okay, warp to complete. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, it's not quite done yet. That was a reconditioning on our pad, but we don't have another rocket ready to fly over there, do we? We do not. Fantastic. Warp to complete. Ding! Roll it out. Let's do this. Let's try to complete some semblance of a contract today. If we could, please. That would be great. What's our daily? Plus 700. Okay. Sure thing, then. What is it? It is 28th July, 1961. So it is going to have to sit on the pad for a little while. How long do we have until one of these is ready? September. It'll be September, November, December on our Tu-25s, our M52 rockets. So that's, yeah, we got some time to kill. I'm going to duplicate this one because it's got the higher delta V. Alright, and launch. Let's do a mission, shall we? Do something. I think we should do something today. Something sounds better than dicking around doing nothing. Last week we got nothing accomplished. It's true, not for lack of crying. Indeed. Alright. Let's see if our changes made a difference. Set as target, launch into plane. Is our staging correct? No. Great. Good job. Good job, buddy. Alright. We did not engage autopilot, so hopefully that won't matter, but let's take a quick save. There we go. Clamps, boom. Separate engine fairings, ullage ring, top fairings, sausages, everything else. Alright, and engage autopilot. Let's hope this actually works. Nice, good July daylight launch. Now we can be nervous, because now the engines are going to fail. Alright, no failures, no failures, no failures, no failures, no failures. Green on the board, we are go. Clamps off, skyward bound. Let's fizz warp to our next important event. And please do not start doing the dumb kickflip thing. I will be so incredibly angry. You have no idea how mad I'm going to be if you start effing up now. Crash cries after stream because of all the failed launches. Yeah, it's funny because it's true. Who cries for the boosters in the ocean? Does no one care about their suffering? Alright, 40 seconds to stage sep. So far, looking pretty good. We're not too far off our prograde vector, and we got lots of good altitude here. The lob is real. Let's put this back over here where we can keep an eye on it. Alright, 9 seconds. Drop out of fizz warp, please. Oh, that pitch angle. Rate of change concerns me. Don't you tip over. The ring is away. We have control. Mechjeb, figure your stuff out, please. Like, go up, not down. There you go. Well played, buddy. Way to get it together, finally. Now, I didn't even pay attention. Did the fairings actually throw themselves off, or did one of them rest on our sausage tanks? I hope not. Arrow fairings away. Oh, margin looking not particularly great, despite our shedding of mass. Maybe we just didn't quite shed enough mass. Hopefully we can get our clearance to TLI before we have to deal with a suborbital periapsis. I don't know, at least the margin's not bleeding away, but we're still facing mostly prograde. 2 minutes until sausage dispersal. Yeah, still 50 meters per second of margin in there, and that's looking not great. Because it is dropping as we are off vector trying to maintain relative inclination. That sucks real bad. Feels like you should have dealt with that on the previous stage where it was a lot cheaper because you're going a lot slower. But do we question Mechjeb? No, we do not question Mechjeb. He is the science. Alright, 35 seconds till sausage dispersal. Margin is down to 24, 23, and falling meters per second. Not great. Not my favorite. Dang, yeah, see, it feels like it's getting lower. Like we did nothing but shed fuel across 2 stages. How is our margin worse? Sausage dispersal. They are away. What's up with this? Okay. It figured it out. Now, do you want to know how to stream more? Tell Lady Crash you're going to get the milk and never return. But my computer is here. I need that to do stuff. Come on. Don't drop too low. Dink. Wow. Bye-bye, margin. There it is. How do we do worse with less mass? I am very confused. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. It's going to go up by another... We're going to be at like the 30 meters per second. There's a PC in the back of my car. Oh god, I need to move this engine like right now. Okay, good. RCS to arm. 18.5 meters per second. Hopefully that will be easily resolvable. The answer is no, probably not. Let's take a look here and try to conserve fuel. 122. That's not great. At least we didn't light the engine, though. We got that going for us. Man, oh man. How much do we care about this? I guess it depends on our next node. Disengage, autopilot, throttle to 0. Create node in 49 minutes. Shoot. You've got to be kidding me. It is just after our periapsis, which is still just too dang low. If you could point to prograde, please, and let's try to optimize for this. We're going to run out of fuel before we get anything of any significance done. Alright, shut it down. I'm going to lock one of these tanks. We're going to save it for later. We're going to tell it... This one still has 3,400 meters per second. That's very forkin' interesting. I guess execute next node, and we're just going to burn from in the Atmo and hope for the best. Like, this has obviously had its fuel reduced. This still has the same previous amount, and I don't quite understand why. And plus with boil off, oh, it's because I put in some extra liquid oxygen into this tank to account for boil off. So as that boils off, this number is actually going to go up for a little bit until it gets back to its appropriate ratios, and then it's going to start going down again. So I wonder what we're going to lose over the course of the next hour, and if we'll be able to make up for our atmospheric drag. With our extra stored delta V, because yeah, not technically in an orbit right now. Oh man, and when I resized the tank, I forgot to readjust the ratios, so we actually have less extra liquid oxygen than we would have before, and so maybe it's actually worth my time that once we're pointing at this node to use some of this RCS fuel we have stored up. To maybe try to bump this node back up a little bit. We'll use what we got. Oh, Mekjeb has decided no, we will not be doing that today. Now we've hit atmosphere. Let's go ahead and unlock this tank as well. Okay, let's see what the hell happens. Can't go faster than 2x. Fizz warp, that sucks. That sucks real bad. Yeah, so I don't think we'll see any overheating, although we might. And that would make me quite upset. Interesting. Yeah, let's say we were at 3414 before, now we're at 3405. We've lost 11 units of liquid oxygen. So that's our boil off time for about an hour. A little under an hour. About 45 minutes of on station time. This does not feel like we are in 2x time warp. Yeah, Mekjeb's trying real hard to get us there, so I guess we got not much to do but wait it out. It's going to be a little while, y'all. Sorry. How was everyone's weekend? Is my coffee cold? It is. Oh man, I've been in here for an hour already. Jeez. No wonder my coffee's cold. What else is to be expected, though, really? Lost another unit of liquid oxygen, and brings us down to 3402. It says this node should only take 3.132 meters per second. So hopefully we got enough margin to cover it. It's going to be over by the time you're in orbit. Yeah, well, we waited here long enough. Good night, everybody. We'll attend to this next week. I'm just going to pause the game. Not even going to shut down KSP. We'll just come back to it 7 days later, and everything will be fine. This will be fine. Ooh, it looks like we're incurring some drag. Our apogee has started to fall. So we should be able to watch that as I'm hoping. That'll mean our node delta V will start creeping up a little bit. Maybe, maybe not. Hey, only 10 more minutes to go. Hopefully less than 5 in reality. Yeah, we're clicking off a second. We're clicking off 2 seconds of actual time for every actual second. So this is roughly, we're only going to sit here for about 5 minutes and 10 seconds at this point. So, oh, what can we talk about for 5 minutes? Yeah, I got nothing. Sorry. I got a glass of water and a glass of coffee. Doing not so bad, realistically speaking. Took the kiddo to a birthday party this morning, which is why I had to have an accidental nap. Because, good God, it's just so much chaos. You put a gaggle of 5-year-olds together and it is hellacious and loud and just generally unpleasant for an adult that enjoys his quiet time and peace and quiet. Yeah. I lead a really boring life. Yeah, that's about it. Oh, that killed a minute. Excellent work. I feel accomplished now. Am real streamer. Well, I've been thinking about Extra Life 2023, and I just don't know if I have it in me to do it this year. Like, streaming for 24 hours is just rough. And I don't know. For any of y'all that care, I've not made it the solid 24 hours for like the past 3 years now. I have to take a break and take a nap every single time. And so I don't know. I'm just kind of on the fence on the whole thing. Like, I enjoy doing charity work and I enjoy having like a big gaming day. But at some point, it's just, like flagellate. I don't know. At some point, it's beating myself up. And I guess that's the point, right? For entertainment, everyone else's, as opposed to my own. But yeah, I just don't know if I got the gumption anymore, y'all. I'm sorry. Gosh, there's 2 buttons. One gives you the best video skills. The other one gives you the ability to pause time to do anything. Oh, I'm taking the pause time for sure. How's it going, Cloaked Toadstool? Sorry, welcome. And of course, you can ask some KSB advice. I cannot promise, however, that I will be helpful, accurate, reliable, or good. But I'm willing to try. We just started playing KSP. I'm in trouble with how sensitive the inputs are for flight control without SAS. You can hit caps lock, and that will kind of numb the controls a bit. It's like it's called fine control, and that should help out with some of this sensitivity. But if you want to get rid of using SAS, get MechJeb. That's what all these windows here are from, and the Smart ASS, generally speaking, is a lot more user-friendly and less wiggly wobbly than the stock SAS system. I knew about caps lock. You're ahead of the curve. It took me years before somebody told me about caps lock. Oh, hey, look, we even have connection with ground station. Another minute or so before we can light the engines. Yeah. 3390, not doing too bad on our boil off. How much did we lose? 36 units? Man, 36 units of boil off in an hour. That's crazy. Okay with normal SAS, but I really want to have more control without it. So I think most of the stock systems do not play well without SAS engaged. Honestly, I don't know many people who don't play with some kind of stability assist just because it's, I mean, yeah, it's more realistic, but it's such a headache. Computer clock was running fast. It's so bad. Oh man, wow. Yeah, the jittery wiggles. Up, ullaging. Up, and let's activate the engine, I guess. That would be a smart move. Solid light on the 0105. Let's hope for the best on this one, really. I don't know if being in the atmosphere here is going to create enough of a problem for us to really get screwed on this one, but it's also the small case of having enough fuel to reorient for lunar insertion. We're still ahead of the curve on Delta V, so maybe we won't get phantomed out of this one and we can actually go to the moon today. So long as we don't overburn, which has been the problem before. I'm actually going to deactivate RCS because I do not want it soaking up our last little drops of fuel. Oh, look at that. Oh yeah, but we're still in the atmosphere when this engine shuts off. Thump. Oh, by 4 meters per second we missed it. That's pretty decent margin. Let's see where we ended up. Focus view, not too bad. Do I want to dial this in or do I just want to plot the node? Because I don't think we have the fuel to turn it around. 350 meters per second on our insertion burn does not get us anywhere, so we have to correct for this. RCS to arm. Nope, other way, stupid. Alright, is our other tank empty? Just about. But that's gonna bleed off pretty slowly, so let's kill this node so I'm not staring at it for too long. I guess I should be doing this by fuel consumption percentage rather than achievable. And that's all we can give it. Alright, jumping back. Can we get into orbit for that? Shit. Of course. Thought we were screwed, turns out we are not. It's 219. Come on, give me the orbit, give me the orbit, give me the orbit, give me the orbit. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. How much do we need to make orbit from this? 400. Had I not dialed it down, we maybe could have made it. Maybe could have made it. Can I lock this tank? I know that's like half a puff of Delta V. I don't even know if we're spinning in remotely the right direction, but God, if I hadn't dialed down that, no, dialing down the decoupler wouldn't do me very much good in this case. It would kick us, no, it would kick us back in towards the moon. If I still had the force on that decoupler, we might actually be okay on this flight. But I honestly don't think we're gonna be. I don't even know if I can arrest this spin. And what a long spin it is going to be. Quick save. Dang it. Thanks, Tyrannosaurus. You're killing me, Smalls. Oh, look at that. And you know what? We're just going to hit kill rotation here. And hope that it has enough to arrest our spin. It does. But oh, ever so slightly. And then I think we're just going to use the rest of our We're not going to spin stabilize. There's no point. So unlock this. Let's use the rest of our fuel. Boom, there it is. That's all of it. And we're just going to throw a tag up here for this so that we can time it. We're not going to make orbit. We're going to get to here. No, not even. Oh, man. Dang it. I don't know, like, that would be kind of neat if we got the double flyby and then could just gravity capture, but we're not going to do that. We're going to get to roughly here-ish, maybe. Not even, because we're going to be off axis. I know. Cheeky. But we'll be in a place where maybe we'll get a secondary flyby, and maybe we can get some science there, but I think the only science we have left to get here is low moon science. And that sucks. Alright, quick saving again. We're going to go ahead and separate the payload and just accomplish what we can. Ka-tunk. Oh, of course you would pivot, wouldn't you? Oh, hey, look, that brought us in so much closer to the moon. Apparently that decoupler did not actually get dialed down. Of course, we're spinning, and there's no guarantee that we're actually going to be able to hit that axis, but... Nope, I need to go this way, because we have 350 meters per second on it. If we manage to be somewhere near our node vector at the right time, we might actually get into orbit of the moon. I'll take it. Of course, yeah, burn time on this 1.5 seconds, so it's not like it's going to actually dedicate all of that delta V across its target, but I guess with whatever point we're the closest with, interstellar music, no time for safety now. Batteries, yeah, except for the butt end of our pivot are staying mostly charged, but at least we do come somewhat close to our node vector. We've got that going for us. I don't care about all of the other debris that we have whose batteries are dying. I really don't. Spin your way across the cosmos, little friend. And may you please, please, please accomplish this goal so that we can check something off the boxes today. Three days, 2 days, no one cares. Where's das Moon? We should probably start to try to figure out what our cyclical rate here is, how many rotations a minute we're doing or whatever. No one cares. Hours. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7. Oh God, really? Alright, and mark is 23. Oh man, our rotation's more than a minute. Yeah, it's about a minute and 20 seconds. Well, that's interesting. So now we know that we know roughly whereabouts we needs to be, somewhat anyway. But we should start looking at about a 3-minute window ahead of the node for when we should light these engines, give or take. And really just kind of hope for the best, because I don't know. We have many more chances at this, that's for sure. But it's always nice when you can just pull one out on a wing and a prayer. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. 3 minutes coming out of time warp. Ooh, do we hit it on this one or do we hit it on the next pass? A minute 20-ish per rotation. Next pass, because we'll be closer and we won't be quite out of time yet. We won't be on vector either. I'm hoping that we've got just a little bit more than enough to get there. And with such a slow rate of spin, we actually can dedicate most of it to as retrograde as we can be. No, wait a minute. If my math was good, that would say that on next pass, we'll actually be closer to the node. We'll be, well, we won't be quite zeroed with it. We'll probably be, I don't know, minus 5 seconds. Oh man, it's got to be acceptable now. I already blew past it. Oh god, I was so off. Minus 25 seconds, I meant. That's what I said. Minus 25 seconds. Alright, we're going to go full throttle and hit and burn for broke here. Minus 23, 24, 25. Throttle to full ignition. Dang it. Not enough. How much residuals did we have? 10%. What did we do get? Next to nothing. Okay. Well, that's fine. We tried. We missed. Yeah, just that little, that like 15 degrees of off axis that we were, we spent some of that energy adjusting our inclination instead of braking, which is what got us on that one, but hey, live and learn, I suppose. Is your science turned on? It is, and your batteries are dying, but since you're not going to go to the low moon, you probably won't, well, use quick save. Nah, we just fired again. I didn't get screwed on this one, I gotta eat it. So, back to the Space Center. What are you gonna do? We gotta try again. It's alright, we got one mostly built. It'll only be, like a couple of weeks before we get to shoot another one. And hopefully that one will perform better. Hopefully. Hopefully that one will get all the way into orbit and we won't have to be so stressed about it. And all of our Delta V will be fine, and we won't have to bleed off our RCS propellant trying to not burn up in the atmosphere, and we'll have enough to properly angle and fine-tune. And all of these other nice things that we really should have had. So we duplicated that one, and this is the one that's not quite great. Still didn't quite make it to orbit. This should be the one where we get to orbit no problem, I'm hoping. Meh, we'll see. So I'm actually going to duplicate that one again also. And warp to complete. Bump you up one in the order. We'll just see which one of these we like more. Warp to complete. Come on. You know what? While we're sitting here... oh, Jesus, why? Why did I do this to myself? Why, oh why did I do this to myself? This is a really bad time to do this when we can be hitting the roll out button. Oofda. We're at like Moonshot 9 or 10, honestly, if we were actually counting our failures. I cannot deal with these messages anymore. I'm very sorry, y'all. And honestly, I need to spend some time cleaning out the tracking center, because it has gotten quite ridiculous with all of the debris and garbage and everything else that I have stuck up there. So, alright, that's good enough for now. That should be most of it. 2 days on the rollout. Let's take care of that right quick, and let's go do the exact same thing again. Yay! Do-do-do-do. Launch. Hopefully this one will go better. We can hope, right? It will not go better. It was really all I wanted to do this week was get that geostationary satellite thing taken care of, but doesn't look like that's going to happen, because I'm going to get so caught up on failing to orbit the moon. I just need one thing, just one day to go right for me. Yeah, this one only has 3.366 kilometers per second of TLI. So this is when we lightened a whole lot more. Let's check the staging. Everything there looks good. Set as target, launch into plane, and engage autopilot, please and thank you. So this one, hopefully, we should get to orbit quicker, or more effectively. We should actually get into orbit. We shouldn't have to RCS our way to not burning up in the atmosphere. And hopefully we'll have enough in TLI to make it. How many hours in the game am I? Oh man. Let's see. I started playing KSP1 in March of 2013. And I've not played much else. 20,000? Give or take? I don't know. That's 20,000 divided by 24 hours in a day. Maybe not that many days. It's, somewhere between between 8 and 15,000 maybe. Started yesterday. Hey, you're on the right path. You already knew about caps lock. You're like 200 hours ahead of me. I'm saying, this is heavily modified KSP1. This is real solar system with the realism overhaul stuff. Because I'm a masochist, apparently. Goodbye? Are you leaving us, Tyrannosaurus Studios? Oh, sad face. Alright, well, have a good evening. Hopefully we'll see you next week. I'm gonna get marker on my fingers. I don't even remember us playing with markers at all today. Well, that's a good times. Maybe I was markered during my accidental nap. Fun. Alright. Alright, 50 seconds to stage SEP. Alright, baby. No kickflips, no kickflips, no kickflips. 4, 3, 2, pop it off his warp. Solid light. Ullage ring away. Now we're moving. Yeah, pitch back up, buddy boy. Yeah, we're gonna... Oh, hey, it went from 95 to 212. And back down to 93. Alright, fine. Don't figure out your margins. I'm just gonna stage your fairings early. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. And it didn't give us any bump in margin at all. Fun times. Well, We have more margin. We got about double the margin now that we'd had on our last flight, so maybe that bodes well for us. I don't know. It doesn't look like we're going to have to get too much outside the prograde vector to correct for our relative inclination here, so we got that going for us. Maybe it's just a better time of year to do these launches. August instead of July. Seems ironic, doesn't it? Alright, 2 minutes until sausage dispersal. Margin staying positive. Oh, that makes me happy to see. Yeah, just a little bit of lean on it. But it is dropping, and that does not make me very comfortable with everything. 1 minute until sausage dispersal. I do not like how fast that margin is bleeding away from us. I do not like this, Sam. I am. That Zelith guy, howdy. How's it going? Howdy doodly doo. Good to see you there, neighborino. Alright, and sausages away. What's going on? We are trying rather desperately to put this little guy in orbit of the moon. We've already failed once today. And this number here represents how many meters per second of delta V we should have left after orbital insertion, and it is slowly leaking away from us. And that is the key. If this number could not be 0, we might actually see a mission success. So, you know, I was like, I hope this is going down. Not quite. You may yet get your wish. Alright. Oh, come on. How long do we got? 26 seconds. 14, 13, 12, 12, 11, 10. No. No. Stay positive. Stay positive. Come on. Yes. No. No. Oh, come on. 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 Let's move the engine to a separate stage just in case. 1.3. Are you going to stay there? Camera change. Yes! Ah, it's not completely in orbit, but it is in orbit. 200 by 184. Mekjev disengage. Yes! RCS to arm. Throttle to 0. That was damn lucky. Hooah! Create node. 1 hour and 15 minutes. Are you kidding me? Absolutely not. You're going this orbit, not next orbit. I don't care what you have to say about it. Where is that, this orbit? Oh yeah, this is this orbit. Boil off. Boil off is going to sink us on this one. Hopefully not. We got a bit of excess margin that hopefully we can work with here. So let's kick the face around just a little bit. We're gonna take our time on this one, because I want to save that RCS propellant to adjust our heading once this burn is complete. Oh, not fizz warp. Regular warp, please. And all those displays and buttons. How Homer Simpson must feel when the alarm sounds. Execute node, just level it out right there. Spend minimal RCS propellant to do it, please. Alright, now we take our lap. I know, Mekjev is just greedy on the displays. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Ascent Guidance. Could probably get rid of vessel info now that I'm not really seeing the leaking mass bug. Alright, you're going to start the ullage so I can activate this engine. And go. Good for throttle up on the 105. Back in my day, we had mech jeb, and if you were lucky, it only broke half the time. Half is being generous. Oh man, in my 1.1.3 install that I ran forever on YouTube, I used mech jeb for as little as possible because it was ungodly levels of unreliable. Margin's still looking good. This number is sinking the same rate of this number. I'm used to seeing this one go down faster than this one, so... Oh, man. Newton willing, we're going to the moon today. Oh, she was basically at the singularity. I do what I want! Shut it down. 3.1 meters per second off. Abort node execution, kill rotation. Let's just hold it right here. We can use reverse thrusters. Alright, focus view. Let's see what we bought. You know what? That's actually probably going to be good enough, but since we don't have signal and can't do anything about it... Let's see, where are we? Over an ocean somewhere. No signal. Comcast. Space AT&T is not happy with me. Ah, we got bars. Drop the throttle in. Just a couple of quick tappy taps. We need low space science, so that's why we're going to try to be bold and come in nice. And oh man, I hope the decoupler isn't... Oh, the force behind the decoupler is going to kill us, isn't it? Let's add this maneuver here. We got to tune it for 350 meters per second exactly. So we know what we're buying. Yep, overshot just a little bit. That's fine. Dial it back out. There we go, 350.9. And if you could angle it in at the node, please, mech jeb. Mech jeb's gotten so much better, I have to admit. Why is our maneuver node dropping when we are not exerting any force? We need stops 350. You mad fool! Yeah. Apparently, KSP is just going to correct that error for us. It's already dropped it down to 350.4, 0.3, 0.2. Meh. It'll be fine. This is fine. Everything is... Oh, man. Are we going to have our butt into the wind for this whole ride out to the moon? That's not okay. What are... Mech jeb, what are you doing? Off. What in the fuck are you doing, buddy? Okay. You've now tried to kill yourself. And making me spend more fuel on doing this. Add maneuver. Whoop. 318. Okay. So, tap. Oh yeah, every little adjustment here is going to make that node wiggle. Damn, he is a smart ASS. Sounds like you have infinite velocity. Man, wouldn't that be cool? It's up to 371, but you know what? That's okay. We know 350 will put us into an orbit. That's what our contract stipulates is an orbit. As long as this doesn't send us careening into the surface of the moon, I will be okay-ish. As long as we don't spend too much time chasing maneuver nodes. Basically, when we get there, I'm going to press kill rotation. Oh man, is our butt into the wind? Are we charging batteries? We won't be right now because we have this other avionics unit sucking a lot of our electric charge. And it looks like you're spinning so much faster than you actually are spinning. I wish we could do this in slightly faster, more efficient manner. You crashed to the moon. You can take some samples. Take them where? And we'll just kind of, I really do not like this angle. I do not like it, not one bit. Let me get rid of this. What's our periapsis? 74. I'd like a little bit more margin than that. All right, add maneuver. Where is it? Yes, gotcha. And 350 puts us not there, but here-ish, somewhat. All right, kill rotation. Let's just lock it in and be done with it. I know we're a little off vector, but that's okay. We should have more than enough to get us there. Let's click this off. Let's hope to all that is high and holy we have enough. Let's hope that dialing down the force percent on that decoupler did its job. How much fuel do we have left? Gobs. Yikes. Like every astrodynamic denier at least once in their career, if not well more than that. Alright, you know what? I'm going to take a quick save. Just in case we need to adjust for this action. Oh, ouch, ouch, ouch. Not cool, bro. You know what? We simulated for this. Damn it, come on. Damn it. Oh, motherfucker. I hate my life. 472. Hold on. So our retrograde vector would have been that way. So that would be a mix of equal parts this and this. I don't think there's any way we can, yeah, because the last time when we did this in Sim. Alright. Let's just, everybody instantly encounter frustration noises. Welcome back, Amberzane. Good to see you. Good thing you're about to crash into the moon, eh? Yeah, it'll all be over soon. Just 4 days of waiting before your inevitable demise. The clipping of parts has done me in somewhat. So we're gonna spend some fuel. Let's take a look here. Focus view. We're gonna spend a little bit of fuel and ruin everything for ourselves. And then hope that the staging undoes our damage. And that's all of our fuel. And then stage. Fuck. Hey, it's not as bad as it was before. So, I mean, realistically, let's say we angle onto the horizon. We tip it out just a bit, as if we had any control over where we're going to be pointing whatsoever. That's 450, 331, so if we had a little more angle, and nope. Nope. What was that? A second encounter that leads to not an orbit, but yeah, okay. Choose the way you want to go. I don't want anyone to know if I survived in the surface or not. Schrodinger's corpse. A lot of time it works fine, but sometimes it dooms everything. Yep. I should have... I saw it in simulations, and I should have better prepared for it. I, however, did not. And so now I'm just trying to like, alright, where can I light this engine? The retrograde vector's that way, and so if I put we kind of split the difference. No. It'd be nice if we could dial in our own node, but yeah, like 342, that's technically in orbit. We're not too far off from that vector, but enough to where it's probably going to get ruined. But we've got at least a time frame that might work. You know, it would go crazy though, which would be the first man to die in space, the first man to die on the moon, and then you get people complaining about moon litter. Alright, so now we know what to do for our, like, 19th attempt at this, which is angle much, much higher. Do not dial in for so much optimization, and hope that we still have batteries. Which, they seem to be flickering on somewhat charged and not be more excited to see what happens. I'm pretty nervous. I just, you know, like, I have to try. We have to try. No one has done this to me but myself, and therefore I must own the consequence. Where the hell is the dang moon? Don't sneak up on me, moon. We're 2 days out. You should see if you fire off a sim of the exact design post to see if the issues with your part clipping. See if the issues is with your part clipping or the game. Oh, I mean the delta V issues? I guess your game having with your game having anomalously few bugs. I'd be real mad if it was your game having anomalously few bugs, to be real honest. I would say, are we talking about the delta V leaching or the part clipping ejection bits? So I'll say the delta V leaching I have on, like, when it starts happening to one thing, it starts to happen to everything. Rebooting the game sometimes fixes it. Sometimes a craft file is just stupid and it won't cooperate ever. Delta V leaching, part clipping, ejection wackiness, absolutely for no reason. Ejection wackiness? Oh, part clipping, ejection wackiness. I'll say, yeah, that I think might be unique to this. Alright, seriously, where the fuck is the moon? Am I missing something incredibly comical here? No, it should be. It should be just past the sun. I'm looking in all the wrong places. There's the sun. There's the moon hiding in our sun flare. I wonder if I should try to move this node so that it's on our actual telemetry. If maybe adjusting it. No, give it back. I don't have comms, so I can't do much of anything other than think about how to maybe do something here. How do I not have comms? Oh man, our batteries are gonna be foobar by the time we get there anyway. Will they last 9 more hours? Ooh, it's gonna be close. Can you unselect the node, please? Time you carefully put like 1mm gaps between parts that are going to decouple under exotic circumstances. I tried to do that too, under the moniker of leave a gap for the Kraken. And sometimes it just happens anyway. But yeah, I guess next time we're in the VAB, which will be shortly, because I do have something to show you anyway. We'll take a look and see if we can't just make sure our payload isn't clipping. There should be gaps everywhere, but I guess maybe I'm just not that lucky. Alright, and 18 minutes. We're gonna... I don't know if it really matters as much, not even in our off-kilter spin here are we even coming close to our node, but it looks like we're pointing, and we're firing a little further out than retro. That doesn't bode well for us, to be real honest. Also the big question whether the decoupler is facing the right direction. It's pretty easy to get wrong if you're doing anything creative. It should be, because that one I just straight attached and didn't do much else with. So the decoupler parts I put on are for the sausages are blue on one end, red on the other. It's something I keep meaning to do, but then I'm like, but wait, which side is it actually facing? Alright, 1.5 seconds of burn. Let's get snuggled up. Let's just fire it on the clock and see what happens. Maybe we take a quick save. Maybe we give this an attempt or two, just to see. 8 meters per second of overburn. Maybe that'll bode well in our favor. 3, 2, 1, ignition. Nope. No camera change, no orbit. Are we going to get some low moon science, though? 127, so... Yeah, we were firing a little out, so I guess we could wait a little longer past the burn. Let's try one more time. Damn. The top one is one that cuts loose. Oh yeah, color the top something different. Almost, I know. So damn close. Alright. We tried at the mark. We're putting a little too much energy into pushing out, but I guess the longer we wait past the node, yeah, the more that energy's still going out. Let's just light it up now. Still no orbit, but are we closer or worse? 49, so yeah, that's about as low as I'm willing to give it. But hey, we got ejection. Yay! And maybe some low moon science and a chance to radio it in before we go careening off into the vastness of nothing. Damn it, it was going so well. It was going so well. Let's try one more game. Vastness of science gathering. If only we had an antenna that would do anything about it. Looks like your motor is attached to your probe core by small proc parts. It was moving during the burn. It shouldn't be. The motor is attached to the probe, directly to the probe core. Like, this piece is attached directly to this piece. These pieces are attached from the bottom of the motor. I couldn't not have a frame. Alright, so if we wait a little longer, let's kill this. I can't kill that. Biscuits. It's alright, we went to what, 40 some odd seconds past? Let's do it at 20 seconds past and we'll call this a day. You know what, I want to watch it from here. 160 off. So really, we got better results when we came in closer, and it still only pushed us out 49. So maybe, okay, you know what? One more try. One more try. We're gonna go 2 minutes past, and we're gonna see what happens. Just to see, just so I can know that my propensity for building ridiculous structural things and part clipping has really screwed me out of this because I did not plan very well. Alright, we're going to go 2 minutes past. There it is, 2 minutes. You know, let's take a good look just so we can verify for part bobble. Yeah, no orbit there. And 40, oh, is that our projected, not our actual? Our actual periapsis is 17 kilometers. So you know what? We're going to ride this one through. Why is it moving? What the fuck is happening? Alright, well, locked it in. Another possibility. Never been able to set something other than 0. Decouplers, like, refuse to save further changes. Really? If they're ever been set to something other than 0. Okay. I'll say I tried the decoupler that released this thing. I definitely set to 0. 100% say I definitely sent it to 0. It's possible that decouplers are not in fact set to 0. Interesting. Alright, well, let's see if we can kick up some dirt on our way through here. Despite you setting them to 0. Man, I really wish it would let you reset them in flight. I know that'd be like super cheating, but Wouldn't that be cool? Alright, we're probably going to bleed off our batteries here, but science is running, at least until it won't be. We don't have comms. Will we have a chance to radio it in? Yeah, we should. We should get close enough to Earth to pass this data off before we get flung off into space. Provided we get any meaningful measure of any of it, and isn't that why we're here, is for the science? As long as we don't go splatting into the surface. Let's switch this to radar altimetry. 17 should be safe altitude. It's 11 where things start to get weird. But it's certainly going to be very close. Very, very close. Oh, I wanted to make sure this is staying running and keep tabs on our battery while we're here. How do those solar panels trade on mass via having bigger batteries? Batteries are still pretty clunkin' heavy. Moonshot's just plain enough battery to last the whole mission. I'll say if... Yeah, man. I think I put in enough battery just to get it to the moon. And it was... Man, was it significantly heavier or just mostly heavier? I don't know. Fuck, this hill coming up is not... Hey, telemetry analysis is done. That's 6 science we're going to hopefully get our hands on. Alright, looks like we're going to clear the hill. We're on our way back up. Very, very nice close flyby of the moon. I wish we... Is that SM1 or SM2? I think it was with SM1. I should try it again with SM2. So maybe we'll reconfigure some of this stuff when we get back to the VAB and run some sims for a minute. The version of the lunar probe you sent me a while ago was using SM1. Yeah, SM2 is quite a bit lighter. Oh, that's what it changes, the mass of the batteries? I thought it was just a capacity thing. Interesting. Alright. Let's give that a shot. Let's finish collecting as much data as we can. Hopefully the batteries will hold long enough to radio this stuff back, but ding ding. Nope, battery's still draining, so an hour and 50 minutes. You won't get an hour and 50 minutes. We'll just let it collect what we can. Batteries are lighter and better in service modules. It simulates better battery tech. Ah, okay. I'm not sure how they made that work. That is interesting. Don't feel... Okay. I was like, I don't feel like that's actually moving, but I'm actually not in time warp very much. Awesome. Okay, data has been collected. Let's see what happens when we eject from the moon and can radio some of this back, because those science points are greatly needed. I think our research teams are actually running out of stuff to do. It's always worth a try. I'm pretty sure I switched this one to SM2. Yeah, tank type SM2. I would say, doesn't having more battery capacity necessitates having a larger container. Oh man, are we gonna get to comms range before we run out of battery though? I'm gonna be real mad if we collected all this data and we aren't able to radio it in. So come on, comms. Come on, comms. Are we just not getting comms? Nope, we're on our way back up. Nope, there's our periapsis. We're still heading down. Oh, we haven't even left the moon yet. Yay, ding, comms. Hey, radio it in, please. Oh, and you did, and the batteries died. Yeah, mission complete. Let's get back to the Space Center. Let's poke around at this thing and just see what the hell happens. Science cores are pretty cheap to tool. If you need to be, you can just glue on some external SM tanks. That's probably what I'll do just to validate the solar panel versus battery capacity. Alright, let's just jump straight into VAB. Hey, we got 38 science. Where did that come from? Sweet. We actually did get some of that radioed home. That's awesome. It also probably means we need to change up our experiment load. We could pull out the experiments. I don't think we technically need them to fulfill the orbit contract, and that would free up some mass. I guess mass isn't our problem right now. It's that ejection. Open. all the way down here. Time to clean out the, yeah, 3.6. Here we go. All right. But first, this is the fun thing I wanted to show you, Ampersand. Your antenna tech level when you get a chance. I believe it's still Tech 2. So, right, our ullage ring here, which honestly, these things going for 5 seconds is ridiculous. Hey, why can't I? There we go. Oh, interesting. I thought I dropped the fuel load on these. Apparently that didn't take. So what's the spool up time on this? 1.2 seconds? Effective spool up time, 1.21 seconds. So this thing only needs to run for 1.2 seconds. I guess 1.4 is fine. That'll save us some mass. As long as that TWR is above 1, we should definitely ullage the engine. Anyway, this is not a decoupler. This is a... But there is a decoupler. It's just over here. That has next to no mass, and I attached it to the node here, and then just slid it over and up. And attached things to it and moved them over. It's super cheaty. But it works, and it saves... I think the appropriate size decoupler was ridiculous. Hold on, let me just take a quick look at what it was. I'll just place it here for now, because it was a hollow fillet cylinder. Let me just drop that in. I think it was 900 by 800 at 100 thick, full fillet, 0.43 ton. Just one of those Soviet just shoved up the nozzle. And so I put on all this accessory crap to kind of balance it out, but make it look not stupid. So that was my cheaty way of decoupling that stuff. Which I am not at all ashamed about, by the way. So let me put this back to where it was. Which is not there, but that is the next ring. Yeah, there-ish. Leave the tiniest of gaps for the Kraken. Just to make sure. The Moonshot probe you sent me was using a TLO antenna, or tech level 0. That's interesting. So let's just verify that this is Tech 2. Oh man. Why won't it go up a tech level? That's very interesting. Time for a new antenna part. Oh, do I have to physically replace the antenna part in order to get the tech level bump from it? Because I know I've upgraded my tracking station. Nope, still Tech 0. What the fuck is going on here? Hold on, let's pull out antenna planning. Ground station planning is Tech 2. Ground station tech level is 2. You shouldn't, but it's not letting you change the part itself. It might be broken. Oh, fun! That's fun. It really is fun. Hold on, let me just check something here. Nope, all of these are saying Tech 0. Very interesting. Alright, well, let's make the changes we came here to make. Save the craft file. Impulse 2 kilonewton. Why? Alright, you know what? We're gonna sacrifice some of our used margin to up this framework a little bit. Give us some clearance. I wish I could zoom in further. Because doing this at this angle is just kinda dumb. down a peg. And yeah, that's definitely a gap in there. Gap for Kraken has been left. Let's also get these just slightly out of that bottom mount point. Not that much, not that much. Take it back, take it back, take it back. Okay. Oh, do you need to buy the new tech level in the VAB? Oh my god, am I that dumb? Do I? Oh, yeah, that's going to bring the rings in also, but we'll just space them out. I should have paid attention to what I made these top ones at, to be honest with you. It's 556. Interesting choice. Bottom 556, or did I just click on the same thing again? No, 532. 5. Man, that seems extra small. 543. Let's just scale these out and see what happens. How far out can we push them? We can go to about here on those bottom ones, which is about lined up with the ring. Both solar and antenna and TLs are absolutely more tech levels. Oh yeah, absolutely. The benefit you get from upgrading the solar tech level is just amazing sometimes. Alright, let's go. Yeah, 5, 3, just one more little nudge. There we go. Let's go 5, 4, 5. That doesn't look awfully terrible, but yeah, now we know that this isn't clicked in and I can't click on it from there, so grab it here. It says 0. Let's hit save. Okay. So I want to get this sorted out before I start doing any messing with the battery solar panel stuff. You know what? I didn't tune the gain for that, and just in case we end up back at square one, let's put the old one back on. Just to make sure. We'll tuck you in just a little bit more. Maybe we can save some mass on the fairing, because I am that dang cheap. Alright, let's plop these back on. Let's shift to 1 and check our sizing. Oh yeah, because I made the other stuff go up, so that kind of ate into our margins. And no clipping down here. Doesn't look like it. Let's go for it. You absolutely have the tech level for better antennas, because you wouldn't be allowed to go to the moon if you didn't. Oh, okay, I just need to go to the VAB and buy it, and then magic antennas get lighter. Save, save. Leave. Did I adjust the... Yeah, 3384, so that's the tone down. This is the version that made it just now, I think. Leave. They're substantially lighter, which will buy a lot of margin, and that would be amazingly awesome. And also maybe keep everything, I don't know, just being able to dial back the gain on that antenna would save us so much mass. So I'm going to be extra mad if I just didn't click the things that I needed to click in here to make the magic happen. So we'll start over here at Lunar Range. Yeah, comms tech level 1, you absolute idiot. Purchase. Comms tech level 2. Purchase. Fuck me, I'm such a fucking moron. Damn it. Primitive solar panels, tech level 1. Purchase. Fuck me. What should we spend our 38 science on? Alright, currently we got basic capsules coming up, orbital rocketry, and 1960 orbital rocketry. I thought I was going to do stability. Now we got one more before we get Arazine, so maybe we'll hold off there. And we need more sciencey bits. And this one is totally going to be worth it. Battery tank. Level 2 battery tanks are similar to ones used by Mercury and Vostok. You also need to update antenna tech level in the real antennas menu in the VAB. Yeah, confusing UI. Yeah, it's not great. And a researcher efficiency upgrade. Here we've got MLI layers, SM3s, conventional tank upgrade, okay, and an engineer efficiency upgrade. Oh, that we can't afford that anyway, so let's knock that out. And then we can do more science, which is the radiometer and orbital perturbation. Avionics upgrade. Oh, interplanetary comms. That's only 15, so that does save us some power. It's not going to do us much good without this, though. Pretty sure battery tanks have been depreciated for years unless they're adding them back in. They say, I just updated everything today. So I don't know. Maybe, well, hold on a second. What was that in? No. That was here or here. Yeah. Doesn't say depreciated on it. Interesting. I mean, I think we have to go for the science just because that's going to make everything else to get a whole lot easier. Planetary comms and basic avionics, your new priorities. Well, getting the crude stuff up and running is current priority. I think that should be getting researched right now. I think it's going to go basic capsules, and then this, and then whatever we select next, and then we'll put priority back on the engines after that. Unless we need some of those engines to get our crude thing off the pad. But yeah, I think we have to get the sciencey bits because it'll make. I mean, this one won't. 9 years, 364 days. It takes 10 years to run this experiment, and you have to do it at high inclination. But we can just spam a cluster of satellites into orbit to do that. Hopefully. Ching. Alright, let's go adjust our research. Basic capsules, basic avionics, and probes. Really? I'm going to have to check on that one. I don't remember that one. If that's an avionics upgrade, that might take priority. Oh yeah, that is down here, basic avionics. That... okay, science core mass goes down 62%, and power consumption goes down 33%. Near Earth goes down 15. Oh, that unlocks deep space, which... yeah, that might... yeah, I think that might... yeah, will that take priority? I think it might have to, just because now that we got our solar panel tech up, then we're in pretty good shape. Alright, let's go refigure out our rocket. Yeah, basic avionics. Very nice. Avionics upgrades have always... they're a great thing to prioritize because you have to have avionics on every flight. And every time their mass goes down, profit ensues. I'll let you do a proper full-up lunar orbiters off the 300-ton. It will. Which is why there's no real point in trying to do any of this lunar orbiter stuff from that platform right now, because we don't have that one. Is why we're trying to do it in the... I love some profit. Dude, same. Now that we have solar panel and comms upgrades, we can maybe make this into a viable solution for what the hell we're trying to do. Like, ta-da! And communication, tech 2. Booyah. Solar panels, tech 1, please. Tech 1, yes. Alright, now let's retune this antenna. It's 39 dB, ridiculous. Moon? Yeah. All the connection. Not bad. Went from 39 to 27 dB. Doing a science core orbiter off the 300-ton pad would be hilarious. You're not wrong. Do you have an antenna? I don't think you do, because yeah, I usually pull antennas from all other avionics to save mass. Sweet. And let's check our perpetual. We could downscale these, but maybe we just leave them alone. We got 432 meters per second on our thumper core here thing now. Like, all of our margins just went way the hell up. Biggest unguided stage since the sounding rocket era. I'm thinking maybe we just leave it the hell alone. We're gonna have a massive surplus of power no matter what we do. We've got more delta V for insertion, which is great. Hopefully we won't see that clipping thump anymore. Can I upgrade these yet? Nope. No upgrades for... Ah, no, we can't switch to hydrazine. It's being researched, but we don't have it unlocked yet. Hydrazine would be great. Well, we're getting a vacuum pressure vessel strong and light enough to hold the surrounding air pressure without weighing more than the vacuum inside it can lift. If items are lighter mass than air float, what would happen if you had some blimp-shaped object that was a complete vacuum? Would it float? In what? Because you need whatever's contained within the blimp to offset the mass of the thing that's holding it, right? Okay. So maybe we do scale down some of our lateral panels and just add more battery. Just to make sure. Fuel tank. Service module. Let's go with 4 of them. SM2s, tank UI, electric charge, close tank UI, let's fillet cylinders and let's dial these way the hell down, because yeah, we murdered all of our delta V. Takes us down to 388. In shadow still perpetual. Oh, because we're on launch clamps. Dummy. 1 hour and 18 minutes. These 4 batteries holding 206. Oh, wait, we got our science experiments on. Let's turn these off. Nope, that didn't really do a whole lot for us. That's interesting. We still only last an hour. Pull off the whole rocket. This is counting boosters, avionics. Ah ha ha. Excellent call. Alright. No, I don't want 4 of you. Thank you. 1 day and 20 hours. Lasting hours. Guess it depends on which end you're on. So, and each of them comes in at 784 grams. Do we give a mass on this? Yeah. 0002. TL1, and you are SM2, correct? Correct. That is interesting. How much battery do we have in here? 261. So I'm thinking maybe we do 1 battery and we scale down our panels just a smidgen. Or do we do none batteries and leave the panels alone? I mean, 432 meters per second, that's 132 meters per second more than we were getting last time, and we know we got the deliverables to get to the moon. We just need to make sure we're not getting kicked off 2 kilonewtons again, you fucker. Change the force percent to 10. 0% of... Carry the 1. Nope, still 0. Can't get the battery to last for at least the trip to the moon. It's not worth the trouble. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, we could. We just... If that's 1 day, we need 4 days. So we need 8 of them. What's, what was it? 700, and I can just right-click and find out, provided I grab, actually, the mouse. 780 80, we'll just round up to 5. Times 8 is 6,280 grams. 6 kilograms. 6.2 kilograms. And alright, and these weigh... Man, that's tons, though. That's what, 1,000 kilograms in a ton? So 0.12302. So that's tons. Let's convert it to kilograms. That's 0.2 kilograms per panel. Where we were adding, what did we figure out? 6 kilograms for the batteries to get us 4 days. So if we add one of these, or if we just make one of these 1 kilo, that jumped up a lot. Yeah. Made one of these 1 kilogram. Let's just bolt one of them on for right now. $20 hours, give or take. I mean, that's just running on batteries, obviously. He was adding like 10 to 15 kilogram in batteries on your own lunar lander setup. Also, check your science core tech level. Sure, yeah, early avionics, best we got so far. And the service module 2. Whack. It may be the if Cosmo check. Alright, so we gotta shed 1 kilogram. There's 6 of these. Each of those is 1/10 of a kilo. So hold on a second. That's 2 kilograms right there, what we're looking at. So if we get these down to, alright, we need to shed 1 kilogram. So we need to drop by 1 point, or yeah. Oh man, I don't know if it's going to display a number that small to make it worth it, but it's pretty minuscule to trade in battery for, yeah, like it would have to round down at some point. There's the round down. Of course, you can't see it now, so okay. Well, I think you might as well keep the extra kilogram of batteries for margin. Fair enough. The numbers as they are, honestly, embiggen the solar panels. I'll say it was doing almost, like it almost made it. With the solar panels where they're at, and that was at Tech 0. Now they're at Tech 1, so they're way more efficient and way lighter. And lighter now than the old design. Yep, I think you're right. I think honestly we're probably just going to stick with it. So let's just bury the battery, shall we? Good on you, boy. You got some room to add mass, indeed. And we're still at 400 meters per second for capture delta V. I think that hopefully will be enough. So let's reassemble everything and redesignate, get this back out. Gotta go, you got school tomorrow. Right on, Toby. Thank you for hanging out. Always good to see you. Let's double check this. 0, yay, 10% force. So we just want to run a quick sim on this to see if we're getting that ejection boop that was that screwed us out of the last time. There we go. Node attached to battery under the antenna, so there's no possibility of asymmetry. Oh, there shouldn't be with lock to 90. But just to verify, we can consult a tool on that, which would be this one. Oh, you're not gonna show me my thrust here? Let me just, there. Well, okay, that's interesting. Good to know, good to know. Let's go get our battery, fine. Oh, great. Great. That's very interesting. Torque 00001. Yeah, so usually snap to node does a much better job than that, so let's telescope this thing until we can get our eyes on it. There we go. Gimme. Out you go. So we're gonna have to move the... Oh, hey, what the fuck? Seriously, bro? That's interesting as shit. Injection boot, the official term. As of right now, yes. See you, Toby. Have a good night. Most interesting. Wow, there's no way to select that battery if you can't see it. Nope. We got it. It's all good. We got her figured out. We just need to figure out why we're unbalanced now. Let's move this window out of the way. Not them. Couldn't possibly be you. No. Why the fuck are we off center? Not you. I bet it's hexagon panel. Whoa. Yep. That's the only other thing that's not node attached. There it is. What's our torque? Nothing. Man, I guess my theory about using absolute to... 1 second. Sorry, Lady Crash had to ask me something. The comm on the hex panels is off center. Really? Oh, that's interesting. Well, good call. Glad we figured it out. Oh yeah, we have to Really, bro? Okay, that's interesting. Now, like, we're getting all kinds of weirdness, but all that matters is that the result not have any undue torque forces. So glad we figured this out when we did. This could have been a disaster. Alright, and we want to... Oh, come on. Really? What now? It's probably still that hex panel, to be real honest with you. Because now that we're making everything closer together, it's gonna... Like, there's no mass to offset it. But how the hell are you off in weirdest... just ditch the hex panel. Man, but then we have to use 2 square panels up top, or maybe just 1 square panel. Hold on. Lock 90. Boom. And now it's gone. Bring it up 1. I guess maybe I tapped it once and that offset it a bit. But yeah, lock to 90 should... Like the central node on the... whatever your root part is, 0, 0, 0 at that is the thing where all the other things are built from. So if you're attaching to that and you're locked at 90, you should be able, or you're locked, yeah, at 90, you should always snap to that 000 first. It should. I mean, that's the way I understand how the code works. Not that it is always going to work that way, but that's how it should be. One would hope so, indeed. Alright. No extraneous thrust. Everything there looks fine. Make sure this is okay. 0 and 10. Now I'm going to be ultra paranoid about that. You pointed it out, and I get to see it in action in the same day. And everything goes all cattywampus. Right, there's that. Staging is probably all effed up. because yeah, we need to do that, and that's you, and you, and you. Sweet. The test is to save and reload and see if the decoupler still thinks it's 0. Interesting. Cattywampus. Is that also an official term? Yes, that is 100% an official term. Save. Let's drop these on here. Should we run the sim and then come back to the VAB to see if it's at 0, or should we just hit... Should I hit save, reload the file, and then see if it's still at 0? Yeah, we got good clearance. Everything's looking good. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Except our staging. Staging, not okay. Okay, fairings, you all need to be up here. Save. Let's give this a new designation now that we've screwed it all up. Save. See the reset after sims mostly. Okay, so let's run the sim. Let's see if it gets to orbit. Let's see if the separation, the ejection boop still happens. And if it does, we'll come back to the VAB and realize that that decoupler has decided it wants to have some more bump thrust to it, and that sucks, but what are you going to do? Alright. Sweet. We're just going to go... Nah, we should probably line up with the moon. Why not? I'm dumb. Revert vehicle assembly. I forgot the launch clamp. Well, hey, that's a quick way to find out if our decoupler has suddenly some energy behind it. I mean, barns, as in the side of a barn, are the standard terms in nuclear physics. I need to know context on this one, Ampersand. I need it. I need context on this, on use cases here. Yep, it reset to 2 kilonewtons. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Son of a bitch. So we're always gonna get 2 kilonewtons. And even setting the force percent to 9 nothing. Maybe we leave it at 1, so 2% of 2 kilonewtons is not very many kilonewtons. It's a unit for the neutron cross-section of the atomic nuclei. Nope. You're too itty-bitty. You're even itty-bittier. That looks about right. And you should be up here. Save. Simulate. Simulate. I guess, yeah, we'll angle for the moon, and we'll see how much the bump really does for us. How big the atom looks to an incoming neutron. Oh, interesting. So yeah, I guess by... I mean, you're looking at ratios. And by that ratio, it would be the broadside of a barn. Alright. God, I need to clean this stuff up. This is redonkulous. Moon set as target. Launch into plane. Engage autopilot. Let's go. It's not actually sure if the unit is still in use. It was during the Manhattan Project. Well, you know, I'd like to think that brilliant legacy unitage like that would remain in effect for a very long time. It 100% should, because that's just dang brilliant. Alright, 13 seconds. I also used shakes of a lamb's tail every time for a very tiny unit, time of chain reaction math. Say, what is it? The derivatives of position or of velocity. Brain fart. Yeah, position, velocity, acceleration, and then you got jerk, snap, crackle, and pop. Since everything that's going to happen in a nuclear bomb fusion-wise happens over the course of microseconds, yeah. So, launching farm animals at barns is my guess. Not a bad guess. Like, it cannot be said that math people don't have any sense of humor. He's yet to come up with an excuse to name anything beyond pop. And even if you did, what would you name it? I didn't forget jerk, did I? Acceleration, jerk, snap, and then crackle and pop. Because, I don't know, Kellogg's or something. It should be pop, and then you should have drop and lock it. Jerk, snap, crackle, pop, maybe bang. Yeah, I can get behind that. Giggity. Staging, no kickflip. Sweet. Avionics ring separated. MechJeb will reconsider its life choices and angle above horizon. Excellent. Margin, still not a whole lot better than it was last time, but okay. Nice. Nice. Yeah. Alright, let's get on to sausage deployment. There's fairing, so that's important too, I suppose. If we don't make it to orbit, we're gonna drop some fuel out of the upper 0105 stage just to shore up our position in being able to get there, I suppose. Yeah, I got about half hour before I gotta start shutting the stream down. So I would like to get some... Man, this is 2 weeks straight. We got literally nothing accomplished. Failures in Sims. Failures in Sims. It's probably just what we're going to have to rename the stream. Confused to how you're still getting gravity losses at this point in the flight. Oh, because we're not angled straight down prograde. We're angled off... we're maintaining relative inclination with the moon, which is causing a little bit of loss there. Oh man, through for lol. We'll go with that. I'm so sorry I butchered it, but thank you so much for the follow. Welcome. Oops, I forgot to come out of time word for sausage deployment, but there they were. Sausages deployed. The Atlanteans have been fed. And I think last actual launch we came up and we had something like 3.5 meters per second of margin. It's fine engineering optimization done. Just professionally obligated to consider as a valuable use of time. Indeed. You are correct. 100% valuable. And hopefully it will lead to accomplishments. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, we gotta move the second 105 up a stage just to make sure. But yeah, looks like MechJeb has decided not to optimize for flight this time round. And there. Hey, you know what? 200 by 164, I'm going to call it. Disengage autopilot, throttle to 0. You're done here. Thank you very much. Create node. 1 hour and 36 minutes. You cannot tell me that is this orbit, because it is almost directly ahead of us. Let's drop this down. Elapse to spare boil off. Still taking us to the moon. Focus view. Yep, let's do it. And I guess I can't quick save in the sim. Make sure. Alright, I'm going to stage in the engine. Thank God it didn't fire this time. Execute next. No, you asshole! Why? Why would you tap the engine? Why? Do you need to have the attach altitude tag enabled? You know, I got it to not do the kickflip with that box checked, so I'm just leaving it checked. Check, you rat bastard. You know, throttle is set to 0. You're not doing anything. Here's an engine. Oh, let's light it up. Never mind. Okay. Well, now you can't do anything else about it. All right. We're here to see if the eject boop, how bad it is. So we'll just abort node execution and hit tap. Yep, that gave us about 4 meters per second of delta V. And that's with a very full stage behind us. And did initiate some kind of wiggle-de-wobbles. But hey, at least we know we can... 4 meters per second is what we need to dial out. Time to replace the decoupler part. Interesting. You think that'll fix it? Like just swapping it out for a different part? Replace the part and never touch the decoupler force. But I want it to be on 0. Works for me. So do I just adjust the impulse, but not the force percent? Should default to 0. I do not believe that's the case with mine, to be real honest. Nope. Nope. Yep. Oh, it did. Defaulted to 0, so just never touch it. Okay, never touching it. It is at 0. Touch nothing. Let's see if what we get in the sim sounds perfect. Let's do exactly that. Leave a gap for the Kraken. Yeah, it's a much bigger gap than we had before, but hopefully it'll be okay. Yeah, pop our fairings back on. Check for gaps. We're a little too tall. Not gonna worry about it. Alright. Save. I mean, the decouplers really want to be second to 16. Yeah, I see that a lot. I can launch small things into another dimension. Yeah, I see that a lot. Save. Alright, let's run the sim one more again. Simulate. Which, you know, I think our first orbiter relied on that excessive decoupler force to round out its orbit. We ended up not needing it by the time we actually got the vehicle built, but it was an integral part of the simulations. I have been known to exploit that before. Sometimes violent decoupling is just what you need. Exactly the thing that you need. Scent guidance. Scooch. Now come back. 222 attached. 0.6. Yeah, that all looks good. Man, is it annoying when it won't go away? It will. That's a very interesting conundrum. Bug that needs to be fixed. Launch into plane. Then engage autopilot. Genie won't go back in the bottle. Wonder why it's not catching the change in values. Very interesting. Oh, and remind me before I shut down the stream, I need to re-upload my changes to the RO leaderboard. Just so that everyone can see how many agathorns I've got. So many agathorns. Man, some of the things that Scatterer does make me think things are clipped when they're not actually being clipped, and it's really annoying. It kind of makes rockets on the ground look like garbage. Sky looks great, though. This pixelation around all this stuff is rather annoying. Alright, we're probably just going to run this whole launch in Phys Warp just so we can get it done. Move on with stuff. I still have coffee, don't I? Yes. And also kind of a benchmark on how fast can we fly this mission, because if we can get one built out to the pad and flying before I have to call it a night, then by golly, we're doing it. Alright. Except for maybe stage set. Just the kickflip one. Because that one for some reason always sucks. And also these things, I've got their force percent set to like 100%. Yet and still, watch this panel just lazily sit on top of our stage. Super annoying. Okay, not so lazy that time, but alright. Sweet. MechJeb. Dude. Figure your life out, man. Yeah. Torque being set high seems to have weird effects. Yeah, it makes them, like, spin. Like, they kick off rather violently and in a amazingly comical manner. I think I have the torque on those fairings set to 40%, but the force percent is all the way up, and they still just kind of, like, don't quite cleanly separate. It ends up looking pretty weird. Alright. 80 meters per second of margin. We'll see how much of that we're going to bleed off. Not looking great, bro. Not looking great, just in case. I hate doing this because MechJeb fucks it up every single time, but expect the spin, but the torque isn't necessarily in the direction you'd expect, right? Like sometimes it's applied at the bottom of the panel, so they flop nose under, and sometimes at the top of the panel, which is where I would expect to be it. So it goes like, you know, out and away this way instead of up and forward this way, which is just weird. And sometimes it's, you know, like laterally on the side of the panel, so they pop off and they spin around like barrel rolls. It's alarming how, like, not predictable that effect is. Alright, 40 seconds to external tank jettison. 10 seconds. Let's pop it out of time warp just temporarily. Let's see what we can get here. 1 and SEP. Whoosh. There they go. Excellent work. Back to Fizz Warp. Let's watch our margin slowly die. Yeah, it's frustrating, but it's trying to resolve our relative inclination. You see, it's not quite centered in the prograde vector, so we're spending some of this delta V to steer, I guess, north by a degree or two. But hey, it looks like we're still going to have some of it. Just a couple seconds left, and we still got 9.6 on the clock, so... Whoop, there we are. RCS to arm. Why is throttle set to full still? Oh, you're 200 by 193. Really, bro? Disengage autopilot. Stage. Wow. Dude ski. Create node. 1 hour 36 minutes. Absolutely not. Come back a lap. Why would you ever think that that's okay? Execute next node. Not staging in that it hit 0 just exactly at the right time. We got dang lucky. Probably. But I'm not letting it have that RDO 105 until it's actually time to light it up. So there's that. So I don't know. If we can get this right in the sim without too much... what's the word? Too many shenanigans. Shenaniganry. I will call that a win. And MechJeff will probably still screw it up somehow. Oh, absolutely. 100%. Will screw it up, definitely. Alright, throttle up. Now you can have the engine. Did it look like it was wobbling a little bit there? Not seeing any RCS drain during the burn, so we'll take it as rote, I guess. I don't know. And say it's nice when you have exactly enough fuel, just barely, to get your payload into orbit. It's always a good feeling, right? And yeah, it looks like we can probably dial this back a bit. We're getting good margins on that, so we can ease our burdens just a little. Shoop, off by 2.7. I'll take it. Abort node execution, please. Let's take a walk. Focus view. Do I not have comms? I do not have comms. Dang it. Yep, now we got comms. I know we're way off axis, but whatever. Just find the right button to press. So we know we got 4 meters per second. That will probably happen. So I think if we set this around 200, get angled at the right place. Uh, 4 meters per second is a lot of variance at this altitude. So maybe we just leave it here at a mil. I don't know. Hopefully you won't. Oh yeah, hopefully we won't have any SEP force. We shouldn't. So let's plan for the path that we want, which is sub 100, so we can get that nice low space. It's fine for proof of concept. Yeah, and I mean, hopefully it'll teach us what we need to know for the actual flight. And then we got 416 meters per second on this, which puts us in not, I mean, a good orbit. And orbit is kind of what we're looking for. Doesn't have to be great. Doesn't even have to be close. Just has to be an orbit. All right, and then we're just gonna let it spin until we get closer to the node, and then we'll hit kill rotation, and that's gonna throw off the node a whole bunch. Turn it off and go tap. This is the part that's going to take a long time because you got to be super gentle with it. And you're kind of angling towards something that's running away from you. So the minute we try to lock it in, it's going to be someplace else. We'll try our ding-dang doodliest here. Kill rotation. And nothing really brings it that much closer, so we'll just sit here, I suppose. A highly scientific term. Doodly. If you can get the RCS closer to the empty center of mass in the VAB, it really does help for this kind of thing. I mean, I tried to. Well, I guess now I focused on centering to this. With this up here, the empty center of mass is probably in this area somewhere. Man, that's going to be so much more structurally bits. You're killing me here, Smalls. How much fuel do we have for spinny? Half? Okay. Click this to off. Spin it up. And we'll stage it and we'll see what we get. Just mess with it and see what you can get. It doesn't look like you should need a lot. Alright. Yeah, why not? I'll need something to do over the course of the week. How are we doing for power generation? Doesn't matter, shouldn't check yet because we're still attached to the big ol' avionics. I should have left some fuel to back this stage away just in case. Alright, maybe that's enough. Alright, stage in 3, 2, 1. Tunk. That was a pretty sizable bounce. Where did that put us? Fuck me. Fuck. Fuck, fuck, fuck. Yeah, it's like we have to dial in for super wide. That's just what we're gonna have to do. What would happen if you put your staging things on upside down? It would stay attached to the booster. I don't know what the coupler thinks it should be now. I'm a little curious at my own self. Curious why our apogee is shifting. Because physics. Would it give you a kick, though? Yeah, it would still give you a kick. Like, it's still gonna create that force between the two objects. And since this has way less mass than the other object, it's gonna take the brunt of that force. It's officially crackening. Eh, it's not officially crackening until you can't time warp anymore. And it's going down. Well, I thought it was going down and then back up. Yep, and there it's going back up. So it's kind of like wobbling around, trying to figure itself out. But that doesn't concern me too much. It's when it's a straight flow in one direction, the apogee going up, periapsis going down, then it's being extra crackened. And we have perfect solar panel alignment. 100% glorious non-solar panels generating power. Yeah, I think they're getting up to, what did we see, 15? 17? 17%. Nothing solar panels with the left rocket. I guess I should put some panels down here on this truss structure, just to eat up some of that margin that we had, because why the hell not? Motherfucker. Alright, revert flight. Back to the VAB. Let's see what our decoupler thinks it should be set at now, and my guess is 16 kilonewtons. Oh, it's infuriating me. I've never had it. I'm wondering if this is something new, because I really didn't used to have problems with decouplers deciding that they needed to be full bore. $16 kilonewtons. You motherfucker. You motherfuckers. Why does everything have to be so dang stupid all the ding dang diddly time? Come on, broski. No, let's lock you to absolute. That'd be a lot simpler, wouldn't it? Badoomp. We're gonna size these down by a bit. Question: could you somehow put a second decoupler on top of your rockets to cancel out some of the momentum gained when you decouple the first time? Notice, I think it's not, even if we'd have to tune the decoupler, I guess, because the same decoupler applying the same amount of force is going to be, now the decoupler with nothing attached to it is going to have just itself, its own mass, and that force is going to be pushing in between the two, and so most of that resultant force is going to go into yeeting that decoupler off into infinity, but very little is going to, very little is going to be pushing against the rocket or the stage itself. Let's just do one by ones. So yeah, and it could zero out some of it. It would maybe be able to lessen the blow, but I don't know if the mass trade-off is going to be worth it exactly. Alright, yeah, and that's going through the struts, so that should buy us some leeway on rear-facing solary nonsense, and we still have 410 meters per second on our primary, so I think we'll be okay, probably. Perhaps-ish. I'm so angry. I'm so angry about that stupid fucking decoupler. Alright, one last sim, y'all. One last try for the road. Now I got 9 minutes. Fuck. It's a very frustrating piece of weirdness. It's my entire life with this game, is one very frustrating piece of weirdness after another. I only have myself to blame. I keep updating the install, breaking all the rules, and then leaving it running for 3 or 4 days at a time. A different type of decoupler part. I'll say, oh yeah, we do have a couple other procedural something or others. I do wonder, that's not one of them. I mean, there's like a hollow interstage and ring decoupler, I believe is, yeah, this has, we'll go down to next to nothing. Ejection force 30 newtons, no thank you. Side density, can we, are you gonna tell me your total mass here, friend? I guess not. We can scale it down to, man, that's itty bitty. That actually looks like it'd be since it won't be clipping into anything, that might actually be a better choice. Oh, come on. Yes, I would like 4. Oh, fuck, I lost it. I lost it. It's too tiny, it disappeared. No, that's a smudge on my screen. Shit. No, it wasn't you, was it? It was ring decoupler. Nope. Nope. Found these ring decouplers to be generally jankier. Their force settings are different, so it might avoid this issue in particular. Yeah, that's what I have found also, is why I generally avoid them, is because generally, yeah, they are jankier, but I'm willing to give it a shot if it means I can do something like this. Dial the force percent all the way down, and it actually resets the force percent to all the way down. One other thing I need to do is turn on the auto strut for a root part. It didn't draw the line though. That is somewhat concerning. Okay, you know what? Had a strong node there. I'm hoping that because it's not clipped in, it will work out better for us. Because it won't be clipped, will it? If we move it any further, it will be. So let's just leave it alone. No, we got a gap there. I can barely see that microscopic thing. Now we're too close to the rails. There. And it's not clipped in. So let's run with this, save. Simulate. I got 5 minutes. So we're gonna full-on fizz warp through the entire thing until we get to the part where we just get to separate the thing. So I don't even think we're gonna dial into the moon because I don't have time to go there and do the thing. So get ready for turbo to orbit, and once we're somewhere, I'm probably just gonna shut down the stream. So I'll start looking for somebody to raid while we're on the way up. That'll be happening, so prepare yourselves for that. All right. KSP, you've chosen a wonderfully dramatic time to be late on stuff. Wobbly wobbly. MacJeb sent guidance into the I don't care realm. Go away, engage autopilot, light it. Clamps, go. Go, 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 go. So, sorry for the full-on, we're not even full 4x, we're 3xing it, but yeah, we're gonna speed run stuff. So who is playing KSP? Ooh, Kardachev's playing RSS. I think we'll definitely go give Kardachev a raid. Absolutely, we will. So as soon as we're someplace, I'm just gonna drop y'all straight into the raid. So be ready for that. I'll try to do my outro spiel as quick as I can in the 4 minutes I have remaining. It's alright, no kickflips. Fuck you. Good job. Way to figure it out there, MacJeb. I forgot about our exactly having none friggin' margin left the last time. And here we are, we just added solar panels. Hey, wow, that is... Where do you think you are going, friend? Like, seriously, where the fuck are you going? You know, this whole thing is for naught if you refuse to actually go to space today. MacJeb, what the absolute fuck are you doing? Who wants to go home? Do not press. Presses. Yep. Presses the do not press button all the time. Well, I mean, look, it didn't make it worse. It seemed like that was a highly delayed, self-inflicted kickflip. You absolute asshole. And you refuse to arrest your own spin. That's just fantastic. Whatever, we're here to see what happens at the end of the burn for this engine. That's what we're going to try to find out. Or not, I don't know. Fuck me, living its best life. My mech chip is on crack every single day. I love how the gimbals are doing nothing. So, yeah, we'll just... Yeah, you just cartwheel your happy ass on into oblivion and refuse to let me accomplish the one thing I wanted to test. That's cool, bro. That's cool, bro. I'll let you have some RCS when you finish this stuff out. Are you just not gonna stage those? Alright, fine, I'll do it for you. Figure your shit out, bro. Yep, now you're heading back down. Bet you wish you would have sorted your life out before this. Chip's just vibing, just grooving, having a good time. It's all good. You know what? You don't deserve RCS. You're going to crash and burn, and I'm going to let you. Maybe when we light this next stage, maybe it'll get its stuff figured out. Yeah, stop at stage 0. No, stop at stage 1. Oh, there's a problem. Did you just give up? MechJib just gave up. Gimbaling does nothing! Just kill PVG and see what happens in separation. You know, Ascent Guidance is off. It looks like MechJeb's got control back. Switch this to kill rotation and then try to get it angled up. And away. Maybe we can still be out of the atmosphere when this burn is complete, although I highly doubt it. It's only a prank, bro. Why are you getting so mad? It's only a prank, bro. Yeah, nah. This test is completely useless. Alright, y'all. I gotta call it. We'll pick up this line of testing next week. Probably. Oh, hey. We're going back up. We did it. And Zenith Guy, thank you so much for the follow. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, hey, we're in space. Let's see what happens when we stage. Patunk. Yep. A little nudge. We still get the boop. Cloak Toadstool, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Alright, y'all. I will be back next week, 4 p.m. Central, probably. Or thereabouts somewhere. Give or take. Kinda. You can find a link to the Discord in the information stuff. I usually post announcements and things like that there, so feel free to join up and just keep track of stuff. So we're going to go give Kardachev a raid. He's also playing RSSRO. I hope you enjoy. Whence the boop. This for the boop boops. Anyway, that's going to do it for me, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out. I really appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next one. So until then, see you later.